and his city to host this important activity. Special thanks also to SDO Quezon City, headed by SDS Carlene Cedilia and Principal Jocelyn Lopez of Esteban Abada Elementary School as hosts, and likewise for providing the venue for this event. We thank our teachers, staff, parents, and students, and everyone here present. Thank you, welcome, and mabuhay.
Thank you so much, Artie and Daya. Now, let us all be inspired by the words of none other than our City Mayor, Honorable Joy G. Belmonte.
Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines and Department of Education, Secretary Sara Z. Duterte, Congressman Roman Romulo, Department of Education Assistant Secretary Dexter A. Galvan, Department of Education NCR Regional Director RD Jocelyn Andaya, to our principals, teachers, and students, and SDSs, and all our friends from the Department of Education. Isang mapagpalang hapon po sa inyong lahat. On behalf of the Quezon City Government, we thank the Department of Education for again choosing Quezon City as the host of the School Mental Health Program launch and the national kickoff of the School-Based Feeding Program. We share your commitment to prioritizing proper nutrition and the mental health of our students, teachers, and non-teaching personnel. In Quezon City, we've enacted a groundbreaking mental health code designed to ensure that essential treatment, care, and support services for mental health are easily accessible. In our ongoing commitment to the well-being of our community, we've taken steps to enhance mental health support in our public schools. We've appointed additional guidance assistants and are actively working to provide access to guidance counseling for high-risk students, teachers, and non-teaching personnel. Our vision is to seamlessly integrate this program through a unified referral system in collaboration with the Department of Education through the Schools Division's Office. This initiative reflects our dedication to ensuring that mental health services are not only available but also effectively utilized by those who need them the most. Recognizing the crucial role of nutrition in the learning process, we emphasize its significance. I have initiated a collaborative effort involving the Schools Division Office, Social Services Development Department, and our City Health Department to conduct a comprehensive assessment. This joint timbang initiative aims to ensure that we are working with reliable data, enabling us to tailor programs that directly address the needs of our students, including those who are severely wasted and those with obesity. Through this approach, we strive to enhance the effectiveness of our initiatives and positively impact the well-being of all our students. We echo your commitment to nutrition and mental health initiatives. We eagerly anticipate the opportunity to implement programs that will improve the overall well-being of our students. And most of all, we are very, very excited for our collaborative efforts with one another. It is only when we work together that we can achieve great things together. Muli, maraming salamat at isang pinagpalang araw po sa ating pong lahat. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Mayor Joy. Join us now as we extend a warm welcome to the Chairperson of the Philippine House Committee on Basic Education and Culture, Congressman Roman T. Romulo.
Her Excellency, Vice President and Secretary of the Department of Education, the Honorable Sara Duterte, of course, Mayor Joy Belmonte, Regional Director Jocelyn Dexter, syempre sa lahat po ng SDS na nandito, sa host natin, si Ma'am Carlene, ang ating host ng mga SDS, sa ating mga principals na kasama rin dito ngayon hapon. Ang host natin, si Ma'am Jocelyn. At syempre sa lahat po ng DepEd officials, kawani ng DepEd, sa partners of DepEd, at syempre sa mga mag-aaral na magiging beneficiaries po ng mga ilulunsad ngayon hapon ng ating Department of Education. Isang magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Unang-una po, congratulations to the DepEd family. Alam po nating lahat, napaka-importante po ng dalawang bagay na ito. Yung nutrisyon ng bata at yung mental wellness niya. Alam ni Vice President Sara na sa Kongreso medyo tinatakil niyo yung mga issues na to, pero para gumawa ng isang batas, minsan ang haba talaga ng proseso. Kaya napakaganda po na dito po sa DepEd ay talagang kusay na expand nila itong mga programa na napaka-importante po talaga sa atin. Unang-una po, yung sa feeding program, yung expanded feeding program. Alam po nating lahat naman, nakita ko nga nandito ang UNICEF. Sinasabi po naman ng lahat na 1 to 5, napaka-importante. We have more than 12.5 million Filipinos below the age of 5. Pero ang DepEd po, nasasalo na nila pagdating ng 5 years old. Kaya tama rin yung sinabi ni Mayor Joy kanina, talagang importante ang local governments kasi pagdating ng ages 1 to 4, kayo magiging katuwang talaga ng DSWD, DOH at ng DepEd. Kaya napakaganda ng synergy dito. Pero tama rin ang pag-launch today ng ating mental wellness. Para lang sa tamang konteksto, ang Department of Education po, matagal na rin po nilang tinututukan to. 2 years ago, a year ago, sa totoo po, minsan kasi may nagtatanong sa akin Sabi sa akin, Congressman Romulo, bakit naman hindi nag-hire ang DepEd na mga guidance counselor? Importante yun para sa ating mga mag-aaral at sa ating mga teacher. Pero ang totoo po nun, para alam nating lahat, matagal na po, napakaraming items ang binibigay ng Department of Education. Ang problema po natin, wala pong takers masyado. Kaya napakahalaga po ng gagawin ng DepEd ngayon, na inuhope natin ay pati sa legislation masunod natin, na ma-expand po natin yung mga nagbibigay ng counseling. Kasi yung ma-registered guidance counselors po, sa totoo, hindi naman ganun karami pa sa ating bansa. Kaya kailangan po natin talaga ng magtulungan tayong lahat. Pero higit sa lahat, sa bawat isa na nandito, sana po, itong problema na to, hindi lang naman DepEd ang may problema, hindi lang po ang gobyerno, tayong lahat. Hindi lang po mariresolba ng DepEd to, o ng gobyerno, o ng local governments. Kailangan po magtulungan tayong lahat, siguraduhin po nating lahat. Hindi po mahirap na first of all, be kind to one another. And secondly, pag may nakikita naman po kayo na nangangailangan talaga ng tulong, ang local government, national government po, ang daming private institution na willing tumulong. Pero sa ginagawa po ng DepEd na sila talaga nag-uumpisa ng lahat, namumuno nito, spearheading everything. Congratulations, Vice President, Secretary Duterte, napakalaking bagay po ito. Sana po, alam ko marami pang nasa pipeline. Sana po sunod-sunod na natin magawa para sa kinabukasan ng ating bansa, kinabukasan ng ating learners. Mabuhay po ang ating bansa.
Thank you po, Kong Romulo. Now, let us all welcome the Assistant Secretary for Operations of the Department of Education, Dr. Dexter A. Galban.
To Her Excellency, our Honorable Vice President and Secretary of Education, Sara Z. Duterte, to our Honorable Congressman, Roman Romulo, to our Honorable Mayor, Mayor Joy Belmonte, to our Regional Director for NCR, Ma'am Joy Sandaya, to our Director of the BLSS, Bureau of Learner Support Services, Director Suzette Medina, and the Director of our DRRMS, Neneth Elama, to our DepEd officials here today, to our partners, but of course, especially to our learners. Isang mapagpalayang araw po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Batang Matatag, Nourishing Minds and Strengthening Bodies. Anchored on the Matatag agenda that has been championed and pioneered by our Vice President and Secretary, we have taken steps to ensure that we fulfill one of its major pillars, the second ta of Matatag, which focuses on taking good care of learners by promoting learner well-being, inclusive education, and a positive learning environment. And today we take a step forward by launching the school mental health program and kickstarting the expanded school-based feeding program. These are two major reforms under the leadership of our Vice President and Secretary that affects not only the physiologic or the physical component of our learner development, but also taking care of their minds. So let's begin with one of the fundamental components of this particular event, which is the school-based feeding program. Let us recall that the school-based feeding program aims to address undernutrition of our school children. We provide our severely wasted and wasted learners with hot meals and nutritious food products, particularly during the times of kinder to grade 6. And we do endeavor that this translates to better participation in their classes, completing their elementary education, and improving their overall nutritional status. But we have conducted feeding programs in the past. In fact, we started with the breakfast feeding program before simply targeting severely wasted learners. Then we expanded it to 7%, deemed that they felt more enthusiastic and energetic being in school after being part of the program. A significant number, over 52%, gained weight, felt that they gained weight, and felt more eager to study, achieving goals of the school-based feeding program. And what's great about to all of those that you will be experiencing through our booths later, these are DOST FNS that are prepared, and all of the food products served to our learners are tested and ensured to be helpful and nutritious for all of you. But apart from the feedback, apart from the insight of our learners, let's look into the actual numbers. Over the past few years, we have significantly decreased the number of learners that are severely wasted and wasted, achieving again a major tentpole of the school-based feeding program, from 9.6% down to our latest 8.56% for our wasted learners, and 4.8% before, now down to 3.6% for severely wasted. But we are not only benefiting our learners, but in fact empowering our local farmers, our school personnel, and even those that are part of SMEs. In fact, a manifestation of this would be the increasing percentage of locally procured milk. We are helping farmers, we are helping Philippine agriculture by sourcing it out locally from those that are producing it for the benefit of our learners. From 75% all the way back in 2019 to 87% and up as of our latest data. Locally procured milk from our partners in collaboration with the National Dairy Authority and the Philippine Carabao Center. And that's why today, as part of this launch, we are initiating the DepEd Lakas sa Gatas campaign, our Milk for Learners campaign, to ensure that our learners in schools will have access to fresh milk that are nutritious and healthy for all. But we have to look into the future and prepare for the next steps. Apart from providing our learners with nutritious food products and other healthy ingredients, we are already investing in the development of central kitchens with our goal of establishing at least one central kitchen for every division. And in partnership with our friends from the Jollibee Group Foundation, we have been able to successfully reactivate post-pandemic 50 central kitchens and are reaching over 1,140 schools to benefit a lot of our learners. Our goal is to look for more partners that can help establish these central kitchens and make a difference in the lives of our learners. But beyond that, we have to look even further and make it even more sustainable by focusing on homegrown and school-grown feeding programs. And with the support of the World Food Program, with the support of Simeo, REFCON, and of course, the expansion of our Gulayan sa Paaralan initiative, we are hoping that our learners themselves would be enticed and encouraged to grow their own food that can be used in our school-based feeding program, focusing towards sustainability and making them a part of what makes the program great. And in fact, we have achieved a major milestone in light of the Global School Meals Coalition involvement of the Philippines through the Department of Education, wherein the Philippines, with the support of the World Food Program and our partners, has been identified as a major country of interest, primarily because of the major reforms that are being undertaken within this administration. The expansion of the total number of feeding days, as well as increasing the unit cost to ensure that all of our learners are well taken care of. And we hope to gather technical assistance and data alongside them to further strengthen our programs. And all of this would not have been possible without the commitment of the Department of Education towards improving the program and increasing its investment in our learners. From 3.3 billion in 2022 to now rolling out a 5.6 billion school-based feeding program to a massively expanded program amounting to 11.7 billion in the school year 2024-2025. Clearly, everything is looking up for our school-based feeding program. And this translates to an increase in the unit cost for every meal per learner per day, then at 18 pesos, now to 20, and soon 25 pesos per meal. And of course, the major part of this change is its integral component, the expansion of the total number of feeding days. As you can see, all the way back from 2016, we have been feeding our learners for only 120 days, decreased it to 60 days during the pandemic, and now we are reverting back to 120 days, expanding it in partnership with our friends from NDA and PCC, focusing on the milk component to almost 160 days, with the intent of ensuring that we can expand it to even up to 220 days. Clearly, major strides have been made to empower our learners to strengthen their bodies and ensure that a brighter future lies ahead. But apart from strengthening their physical component, we have to take care of your minds, your mental and emotional well-being, focusing on the school mental health program, which is, in fact, an amalgamation of efforts and initiatives that are intended to build the capacity of our learners to become more resilient, to become more matatag. And this would not have been possible had it not been through the initiative of the Department of Education under the leadership of our Vice President and Secretary, Sara Duterte, to push for a specialized provision that would be exclusive for mental health. From 97 million in 2023, for the school year 2023 to 2024, to 210 for the following school year. This is the first time in history that we have a special provision exclusively for mental health. And this has translated into substantial gains, particularly first by capacitating those that are able to provide support. We now have over 400,000 psychological first aid oriented personnel in DepEd, and over 10,000 psychological first aid trained responders that can be activated in times of insurgency, in times of strife, in times of challenges. And this would be a joint effort from the Learner Support Services to our Disaster Risk Reduction Management Service and all components of the Department of Education. And as such, the major milestone is the difference in the lives of our learners. A significant decrease in the reported number of suicides among our learners, then from 575 to 198, a drop of 65.57%, and an increase in the amount and effort that we are able to exert in protecting them, with an increase of 24% in attempted suicide cases that have been prevented with the help of our guidance counselors and our mental health team. But what else are we working on? What are we looking forward to? First and foremost, mental health is being integrated and fully rolled out as part of the Matatag curriculum. And we're also strengthening its involvement in the homeroom guidance and implementation guidelines, even as part of our Catch Up Fridays initiative. But then again, we also have to ensure that our teachers, the second parents of our learners, to be involved, particularly through our efforts with the Natasha Goldborn Foundation and its partners, the Katatagan ng Kalooban program, to help our teachers spot red flags, and for our guidance counselors to undergo specialized training to take care of our learners. And to make this possible, we need to have the adequate learning resources. That's why we have provided psychosocial support activity packs to our learners, as well as distribution of mental health booklets in partnership with our friends from the Department of Health and USAID. But apart from that, we are looking at the next generation of learners who are adept at technology, who are always online. Hence, we have, in collaboration with the Department of Health and USAID, launched an online platform for all of your mental health resources through the Lusog Isip Kabataan Education Campaign. You can log on to it to access all of the resources for mental health and even find out where you can go for direct referral. And again, for the first time in history, the Department of Education has established its first DepEd mental health team dedicated to ensuring that there would be people in the agency focusing on the health and well-being of our learners. And this extends, in fulfillment of the Matatag agenda, consultations and collaborations with several mental health experts and partners coming into the fray. We have a lot of them here today, from UNICEF to PGCA, to all of those who are contributing to making our mental health more pronounced in schools. As such, we are now developing the school mental health policy that will help provide guidance on how the additional funds exclusive for mental health can be used for referral, for training, for provision of basic services. And as such, this is one of the endeavors of the agency moving forward into the future, ensuring that we're able to provide our learners with basic mental health services, not only from our guidance counselors, but also from psychometricians, psychologists, and allied health personnel. But there's more work to be done, because we need to be able to assess those that are in need of help. That's why, in collaboration with UNESCO and UNICEF, we are piloting our assessment tool for mental health, as well as going even further in terms of promotion and prevention, in partnership with Unilab Foundation, launching our Children and Adolescent Risk Screener Toolkit, and integrating mental health in all of our learner-facing programs, such as the Learners Convergence Philippines and our collaboration with the ILG and the Dangerous Drugs Board, Barkada Contra Droga Plus, for substance abuse prevention education. And we are very thankful that we have allies in our legislative body, particularly as we push forward mental health in school bills that will strengthen capacity building and the presence of our mental health professionals with our learners in schools. But to cap things off, when all else fails, you have a hotline to call, and that is the DepEd Learners Telesafe Contact Center helpline that you can call right now for any concerns related to any form of abuse, bullying, and soon integrating it with other services such as mental health and the like. All of these intended to strengthen our learners, to make them more resilient, to make them more matatag. Mulit-muli, batang matatag, nourishing minds, strengthening bodies, para sa bansang makabata at batang makabansa. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Thank you po, Asek Galban.
To mark this historic moment, may we invite our Vice President and Secretary, Honorable Sara Z. Duterte, and the rest of our guests to join our learners for the wearing of our Kamusta Ballers.
Ang pagsusuot ng kumusta, ballers, ay sumisimbolo sa panata ng bawat isa. Naalalahanin ang ating nararamdaman at maging sensitibo rin sa nararamdaman ng ating kapwa.
Ang pagsusuot ng Vice Presidente at kalihim ng kagawaran ng edukasyon ng Kumusta Baller sa mga mag-aaral ay sumisimbolo sa panata ng DepEd na isulong ang mga polisiya, istruktura at gawaing pampaaralan na mga ngalaga sa mental health ng mga mag-aaral sa pamamagitan ng School Mental Health Program.
Para maabot ang pangarap mo, ang tanging handog ko sa'yo'y edukasyong Pilipino.
Para sa lahat ng ating mga kasamang manonood, maaari na rin nating kunin at isuot ang binigay na Kumusta Ballers kanina. Sa tuwing nakikita natin ang baller na ito, naway maging paalala ito na kumustahin at alagaan natin ang ating mga sarili, ang kapwa, at tiyakin na ang kapaligiran ay mapagkalinga para sa bawat isa. Tama ba?
Tama, Kuya Ian. Ang kulay luntian ay sumisimbolo sa ating kolektibong kamalayan sa kalusugang pangkaisipan at sumasagisag sa malusog na pangangatawan. Ito ay visual na representasyon ng ating kakayahan sa paglago, pagbabago at pag-asa. Kaya naman ay ang gandang makita na tayo ngayon ay nakasuot ng kulay luntian at ramdam na ramdam natin ang suporta ng bawat isa sa mahalagang programa na ito ng kagawaran.
Hindi lang nourish mind ang mayroon sa batang matatag, kundi strengthened body rin. Now, we will have the Vice President and Secretary, Honorable Sara Z. Duterte, our guests and the learners on stage for the Nutriband tasting and ceremonial milk toast. This signals the kick-off of a strengthened implementation of the school-based feeding program for this fiscal year 2024.
Ngayon, ating saksihan ang pagkain ng Nutriband at ang pag-inom ng gatas. Sa pamamagitan nito, ipinapahayag ng DepEd kasama ng mga partner nito ang commitment na tiyaking na pangangalagaan ang pangangatawan ng mga mag-aaral at hindi nagiging hadlang sa malnutrisyon.
Maraming salamat sa ating mga mag-aaral. Maaari na po tayong magsiupo. Sa puntong ito, tutungo na tayo sa pagpirma ng ating Pledge of Commitment.
Ang bawat pirma ay isang panata na kami ay naniniwala na mahalaga ang maayos na kalusugan ng mga mag-aaral. Kinikilala namin ang aming pananagutan, ang pagtaguyod ng mga henerasyon ng mga batang matatag na kakayaning magtagumpay, lalo na sa gitna ng pabago-bago at titiyak na mundo. We commit to being active partners of our learners in nourishing their minds and strengthening their bodies. Para sa bansang makabata, batang makabansa, batang matatag.
Iniimbitahan natin ngayon ang ating guests on stage to again join the Vice President and Secretary of Education to lead the signing of the Pledge of Commitment para sa mas matatag at pagpapatupad ng school-based feeding program at school mental health program.
Once again, let us give them a round of applause.
Ang
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines and the Secretary of the Department of Education, Honorable Sara Z. Duterte.
Maraming salamat. Maaari po kayong maupo. Sa ating pinakamamahal na Mayor Joy Belmonte, sa ating Education Champion, Congressman Roman Romulo, sa aking mga kasamahan sa Department of Education, sa aming mga kabataan, mga kababayan, ladies and gentlemen, assalamualaikum. Madayaw, mayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Sa bagong taon, patuloy nating bibigyan ng mas malalim na suporta ang mga pangangailangan ng ating mga mag-aaral. Ginagamit natin ang mga natutunan natin mula sa pagsusuri, gaya ng PISA, at naglunsad tayo ng mga proyekto tulad ng Learning Camp at Catch-up Fridays para siguruhin magkakaroon ang mga mag-aaral ng mga mahalagang kasanayan mula sa curriculum. Kasama rin dito ang pagpapabuti ng kalusugan ng mga mag-aaral kasama na ang kanilang pisikal, sosyal at emosyonal na kalusugan. We care deeply about our students' health and education. Schools are vital for promoting health, and we've been working hard to make them even healthier places to learn. Despite our efforts, we still face challenges in the well-being of our students. Alam niyo po, ang Pilipinas po ang president ngayon ng Southeast Asian Education Ministers Organization. At kapag noong nagkasama kami ng mga iba't ibang education ministers ng ibang bansa sa Southeast Asia, naging kaibigan ko po yung isang minister nila sa Thailand. At yung edad ko na 45 years old ay kabaliktaran sa edad niya at sa experience niya sa education sector dahil nasa 81 years old na siya. At tinanong ko siya, sabi ko, ma'am, sa tagal ng iyong trabaho, sa edukasyon ninyo, sa inyong... Napakasimple ng sagot niya sa akin. Sabi niya, kapag hindi masaya ang bata, hindi matututo yan. Sabi niya, you need to make every child happy. That is the key to their learning. Ganun lang kasimple ang sagot niya sa akin na natutunan niya sa ilang taon na trabaho niya. Sabi niya, pag hindi yan masaya, hindi yan papasok sa paaralan. Kapag hindi yan masaya at nagugutom yan, hindi papasok yan, hindi makikinig yan sa kanilang mga guro. At kapag may problema sila, dinadala, mabigat sa kanilang utak, walang papasok kahit anong turo mo sa kanila. Walang papasok sa kanilang utak, sa kanilang ulo. Kaya napakahalaga po na bigyan natin ng importansya ang kalusugan at mental health. Kalusugan sa pag-iisip ng ating mga kabataan, ng ating mga learners. We care deeply about our students' health and education. Schools are vital for promoting physical health and mental health. And we've been working hard to make them even healthier and safer places to learn. Despite our efforts, we still face challenges in the well-being of our students. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown how important mental health is, especially for kids and teens. It has highlighted long-ignored issues in this area. Our school-based feeding program has also had to adapt providing nutritious food products instead of hot meals, making it harder to ensure our students are well nourished. But we will not stop. We will do even more. Today, we launched the School Mental Health Program and the School-Based Feeding Program for fiscal year 2024. Both improved, more attuned to our learners' needs. As a DepEd Secretary and a mother, I believe these programs are crucial for our students' mental and physical well-being. Our school mental health program aims to create a safer and supportive environment for learners, where they feel valued and heard. We will continue to work closely with experts, teachers, and school leaders to provide support and referrals for students facing mental health challenges. Together, we have worked hard, and among our key wins was the first ever special provision for school-based mental health programs in 2023 and the establishment of the first mental health unit within the Department of Education. We also trained teachers to spot mental health problems, taught over 10,000 personnel about psychological first aid, and expanded our network of partners in mental health. Because of all these efforts, we reduced the numbers of undocumented learner suicides by 65%. We were also able to increase the mental health budget for 2024 to 200 million pesos, double the previous amount. This will help our schools psychologically safer with plans to add mental health services to our learners, telesafe hotline, and establish mental health teams in each region. Alam nyo, sa totoo lang, sa mga diskusyon at mga meetings namin, kaparte ng mental health ng mga estudyante, ay merong isang assistant secretary namin sa Department of Education na nagsabi na sa susunod, dapat meron ding mental wellness at mental health programs ang ating mga guro at ang ating mga non-teaching personnel ng Department of Education. Dahil napakarami ng mga nakita din namin na problema sa field operations na may kinalaman sa mental health ng ating mga guro. As an example, sasabihin ko sa inyo, yung ASEC na yun, nagbigay siya ng example dahil galing siya sa ranks, so galing siya as a regional director at sinabi niya, isang beses, kailangan niya mag-solve ng problema dahil ang teacher pumapasok sa paaralan na ang kanyang underwear ay nasa labas ng kanyang uniform. So sabi niya, napakahalaga ng mental health program dahil ako man nung RD ako, hindi ko alam kung paano solusyonan. Dahil hindi din alam ng principal kung paano solusyonan, hindi alam ng division kung paano solusyonan, umakyat hanggang sa akin na hindi ko din alam kung paano solusyonan ang mga ganong klaseng kaso na nakikita natin sa field operations. Kaya napakahalaga din na magawa din natin ang mental health programs para sa ating mga teaching kawani ng Department of Education. We also recognize the importance of nutrition in students' motivation, thinking skills, behavior, and overall health. Our improved school-based feeding program provides nutritious meals and milk to kindergarten and undernourished grades 11 to 6 students. For 2024 to 2025, our budget has doubled to 11.7 billion pesos, making each meal more cost-effective. This has earned recognition from global organizations, highlighting the Philippines as a leader in school health and nutrition. I am immensely proud of the school-based feeding program, which not only improves students' health, but also supports local farmers, food producers, cooperatives, and small and medium enterprises. We've collaborated with various agencies to ensure a steady supply of nutritious food products, and we've worked with experts to develop milk products for our students. Today, I'm happy to announce that all components of the program, including hot meals, nutritious food products, and milk, are accessible to our learners. I want to express my gratitude to all our partners, stakeholders, teachers, parents, and education champions for prioritizing our learners' well-being and protection. Thank you for being faithful allies in nourishing the minds and strengthening bodies. Mga kababayan, patuloy po tayo maging matatag tungo sa pagtaguyod ng isang bansang makabata at mga batang makabansa. Ang lahat ng ginagawa natin ay para sa Diyos, sa bayan, at sa pamilyang Pilipino. Syukran.
Thank you, Vice President and Secretary Honorable Sara Z. Duterte. With your presence, wisdom, and unwavering dedication to the betterment of our educational landscape.
At this juncture, photos will now be taken by batches. For our first photo, may we ask our guests on stage to have a photo with the rest of our crowd.
Maaring tumayo po ang lahat para sa ating photo ops.
Identified key stakeholders, including representatives from the Department of Education, kindly prepare yourselves na po. For our batch 2, let's have the VIPs, Execom, regional directors, and schools division office superintendents. Kindly use the right side of our stage.
For our next batch, prepare BIPs and school mental health program partners. Again, to all the school mental health program partners, please prepare po.
Okay, for our batch 4, kindly prepare yourselves. Let's have the school-based feeding program partners. Thank you so much for our education champions. Next, for our next batch, let's have our school mental health partners.
For our next batch, we have the school-based feeding program partners.
Thank you so much for our partners for the school mental health program. Up next, let's have our partners from the school-based feeding program. Please prepare.
be prepared. Our organizers.
Thank you so much for our partners from the School-Based Mental Health Program, School-Based Feeding Program. And lastly, let's have our lastly, let's have our organizers up the stage. Thank you so much to our partners for the School-Based Feeding Program.
Next one, our event organizers.
Up next, let's have the Central Office, the DepEd Central Office. Thank you so much to the DepEd Central Office. Up next, let us have our organizers from the Schools Division Office of Quezon City. Thank you so much, SDOQC, and to everyone who made this event possible.
What a momentous occasion. On behalf of the Department of Education, thank you for joining us in the national launch of the School Mental Health Program and kickoff of the School-Based Feeding Program for fiscal year 2024.
Right outside this venue, we have set up booths hosted by our partner organizations. You may explore them, where our partners eagerly await the opportunity to showcase the incredible work they do and the resources that they offer.
Once again, I am Ian Gabriel G. De Los Trinos, Secretary of the Division Federation of Supreme Secondary Learner Government from the Schools Division Office of Quezon City, expressing our heartfelt gratitude for being part of this momentous occasion.
And I am Maria Cassandra P. Austria, the President of the National Federation of Supreme Secondary Learner Government, reminding you all to always carry the inspiration with you. Let it guide your actions and continue to nourish the minds and strengthen the body of our learners. Maraming salamat po, VP Sara, for gracing us with your parents present today. Okay.